Fresh 102.7.
James TW hanging out with me.
Hello.
How are you, man? You had a jam-packed day so far, huh?
It's been fairly chilled.
A lot of traveling.
Yes,
though, right?
yeah, a bit of traveling, but that's what you sign up for, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to kind of start where things really picked up for you. Shawn Mendes, I don't want to say he discovered you, but he kind of helped take the career to the next level, right?
Yeah. So I was uploading videos on YouTube, covers and originals, and he kind of found them and then introduced me to his label, who I ended up signing with. So that was a big part of my discovery, for sure.
But you guys kind of like became buddies because the last 2 tours you've been with him.
Yeah, so after that, he was like a real champ, and he kind of took me on tour with him in Europe and America. And on those tours, we got to know each other a bit better, and being a similar age and going through a kind of similar thing, we became friends, yeah.
When he's in town, do you like hit the pub together, or do you talk frequently?
Yeah, I mean, we chat, and I never know when I'm gonna see him, but it's the type of thing where you never know when you will, but as soon as you do, you happen to be in the same place for like a week, so we get time to see each other, yeah. Was
there something you picked up on from him when you were on tour together, or just hanging out with him, that you were like, whoa, that's a cool hack, a cool trick, I'm gonna take that as my own?
Yeah, I think when I started touring with him, I hadn't done a ton of touring in general, so I was always a little scared, especially as the opener, to kind of put myself out there a bit and be commanding. So when I told him about it, my hesitations, and he kind of just said, look, they're all there to have a good time too. They want to see you happy and enjoying it. So after that, I started getting people clapping and singing, and it definitely changed the way I performed, and I felt more confident. So he helped in that respect, yeah.
Very cool. I always wonder with artists, when is it appropriate to be like, hey Shawn, so want you featured on this next song? Can you do you feel comfortable enough with him to do that? I mean, have you talked about doing a song together?
We dabbled with writing and stuff, and it's just not just with Shawn, but with other artists. When you like what someone's doing, you obviously want to be a part of something, or you want to at least work together and see how they are creatively. I don't think you should be afraid to ask anything. I don't feel that way, but at the same time, I want to kind of prove on my own what my capabilities are and what I can do.
Absolutely.
So for now, I'm just focusing on my own stuff.
And I know you guys also share some of the same icons, people you look up to. You're a big fan of Ed Sheeran as well as John Mayer. Have you had a chance to meet them yet? I met Ed well back before I was signed or anything, just as a part of a meet and greet. But he was very lovely. I remember feeling awesome after meeting him, and just very inspired by the show. Yeah, that's great. Let's talk about your name a little bit. I know it was given to you by your parents because their favorite singer is James Taylor, right?
Yes, exactly.
Was that your first concert?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't my first concert, but my dad in particular was a very big fan of James, and because my parents' surnames were Taylor and Watts, and they put them together to become James Taylor Watts. But because of James Taylor, I had to change my name to James TW, because when I started doing YouTube videos and you'd search James Taylor Watts, all that would come up was his stuff. So he's the sole reason why that's my new name, my artist name.
Yeah. Has he caught wind of that, or?
I've never met him. I have seen him live, and it was very, very awesome. But I bucket list is to spend some time with him.
Totally. So what was your first concert?
First concert in the UK, there's this band called Stereophonics, and they weren't only my first concert, they were my first 3 concerts. I went to go and see them like year after year with my dad, and I was probably like 9, 10. And then it was Nickelback, actually. Nickelback was like the band afterwards that I went to go and see. I was probably about like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And we were really close, and they had like the fire cannons, and I was just like, whoa, rock and roll, you know?
I know you're not, well, they're actually Canadian, but you might want to omit that the next,
well, I
interviews.
Know
people will judge you.
I know, yeah, there's this thing over here with them, but I don't want to get into that.
I don't know what, I kind of like Nickelback too.
Good for you.
I know,
Good for you.
right? Before we wrap up, we're going to get into this little game, but before we wrap up, tell me like the 3 artists, pop artists that you would love to collaborate with, whether it's writing or in studio. like singing?
Yep, sure. Tori Kelly.
Yep.
I think she's got a great voice and she's a great player as well. Alessia Cara.
Yep.
Again, just cool vibes. And if I picked a guy, probably John Mayer, just because it's almost like even if we didn't speak and I could just be in the room and play guitar with him, I feel like I'd be able to pick a lot up from just watching him and seeing where he goes, musically. So they would be the three.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, brother.
Absolutely.